Hello one, hello all, and welcome.
She's messed it up already.
You and that
I was about to say.
Let me finish. I said, let me finish. Welcome to episode 18 of season 3 of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. He's come as his favourite thing today, a chessboard. Welcome, Lee.
Oh, thank you. Well, talking of chess, I finally beat Lee, the computer.
Oh my God.
There's a girl on there called Lee, spelled L-I.
But she's not real.
No, she's a computer, so I often play that underground. Because I play real people.
Yeah.
But if I don't have an internet connection, I can play the computer.
And it's like of a certain level.
Yes, and that bitch is 2,000, rated 2,000, very high.
In like the world?
No. You have a chess rating.
Oh, right, okay. So
grandmaster level, you're talking 2,600-ish.
And they're like those kids that are like in the park in American films, like
they just
clocks.
know. They're like your Magnus Carlsen, your Hikaru's, you know.
Oh yeah.
Chess banter, chanter. So this level was 2,000. Oh. So I'm currently rated on a rapid. God, we've gone straight into chess, haven't we? I'm currently...
That shirt is screaming Penny and Beyond.
It's screaming, oh, where's my queen? I'm rated 1,400.
Okay, that's
so
I can't play chess, so...
I'm getting up there, and then that's quite a high level, actually. So, they'd probably say it was intermediate. But this bitch, who I haven't been able to defeat, she's 2,000, and she just,
You spend all your underground journeys battling her.
I've been trying for months. Anyway, yesterday, I finally beat her.
How long did it take?
What, the game?
Yeah.
Not massively long. It was as I got on at Notting Hill Gate, where I live.
Oh, drink.
And I got off at Liverpool Street.
Great.
So half an hour. My heart was beating at one point because because basically I took her queen quite early on. And it was a brilliant move because you get a game review afterwards. It says brilliant. You get brilliant, you get great moves, you get excellent moves, best moves, and then you get blunders, misses, inaccuracies.
Oh, right, sure. But you got brilliant.
I got brilliant. I got the top of the top, and it was like, this move is extremely difficult to find, and I found it.
Oh my God, Lee. If she was real, she'd been quaking in her boots, wouldn't she?
I know. I thought, yeah, take that, Lee.
Well, actually, speaking of like logical quizzy things, I did an expert Sudoku in The Guardian the other day.
Oh.
I know. I've never done that before. I've never even done a hard, but I did it. I mean, come on. But I did it took me 58 minutes.
50. Oh, so is that you like a
That's
Sudoku?
my thing.
I was talking to Freddie about this last
Sudoku.
night, actually. Like, he likes a crossword.
Yeah, we'll try and do a crossword together. But it's very hard to finish a proper crossword. We don't do cryptic, though. Cryptic? Who's doing a cryptic?
What's cryptic?
It's where it's like they give you a clue, but it's all like mixed up. Like it's like, oh my God, how do you say it? It's not like a play on words. It's like beyond that. But you have to know like the rules of cryptic crosswords, like the way they work. Have you ever watched Only Connect?
Oh yes, my dad.
Sometimes I love it actually. Like I like the logical like board one and stuff. But sometimes they use cryptic clues and stuff, and I'm like, I don't have a fucking clue what that is.
No.
I can't even describe it. It's really weird.
So
but I'm a Sudoku kind of gal.
Yeah, you are. Okay, so you like numbers.
Because it's like figuring out clues. It's not actually maths, is it? You know what I mean? People look at it and go, oh, numbers. But it's not. It's more like you've got to figure out the clues to get them in.
Yeah, but also it kind of is maths because they've got to add up to a certain amount, haven't they?
Well, you just got to have 1 to 9 in all your bits.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, they don't add up. Yeah, so it's actually...
Yeah.
You could just do it A, B, C, D. Or...
It takes forever as well.
Once you get
really
one,
did well
then
this week. It falls... You'd think as well that when you're on the harder ones, you're like, oh, I've got all the ones now. This is going to be so easy. And then...
Well, life comes at you fast.
I know, it's like playing Lee. I was playing the Lee of Sudoku world. L.I. The L.I.
Well, going back to the clip of this, I knew you'd be annoyed about that. So if anyone saw on Instagram at Fab Life Pod,
cheeky plug,
I posted a little blooper, and it was quite funny because It was at the end of I was editing the pod, and I thought, I've got to get some content out this week. I mean,
I do like the
content.
I do like the little blooper bits. So like the intros.
That at the end, I thought, I could just clip that. That's great. It's already clipped.
Lauren looks like an idiot. I'll just
and then I was uploading it, and I thought, I never post anything of the times where I many times get it wrong at the intro.
I know.
And I just posted Lauren's like, bloopers. And she was like, oh my God, you both, what did you think?
Shit.
You little shit.
I was like, of course he's used for
But to be fair, I did put on the caption, it's usually Lee.
Yeah, he did. It was almost like as if I'd written the caption.
Yeah. I thought, I've got to imagine if I'd put like, oh God, working with these unprofessionals. And I just slide through it.
I know.
We'll see later. We'll see later if there's a blooper.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, it depends whether I'll clip it.
Thanks to all the Fab Lifers for the messages this week about baby names. So many. Keep them coming in. Messages at Fab Life Pod or comment on YouTube if you watch on YouTube. I'm going to save them all and then like close to the time we'll read them out. No one's got it right yet.
Really?
Yeah, so keep guessing. Keep sending your DMs.
Oh, because someone guessed Mabel and I really liked Mabel.
Mabel's, I've seen some nice ones and I was like, oh, that's inspirational. That's a backup. But yeah, I was overwhelmed with all the names. Some people were sending quite a good like list as well.
I tell you what name I do enjoy.
What?
Lucas.
Oh, and he's here with us tonight.
Yes, Lucas is a good name.
Thank you. Because you know actually my real name.
Oh my God, I feel cheated. What's your real name?
Wait, hold on. Let's see. Is it similar to Lucas?
Yes, Lucas is short for something.
Oh, Lucas. Lucastly?
Lucasius.
Lucius is my real name.
Oh my God!
As in Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
So, Lucius.
Oh my God! Were you born when Harry Potter books came out as well?
No, just before, luckily.
Oh my God! Thank God that you. Yeah.
Well, I still got it growing up.
Yeah.
But I didn't go by Lucius, so not many people know that.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and I was already getting all the Ron Weasley jokes, so I also didn't want to be victim to the Lucius Malfoy.
So no one. And did anyone out you at school? Did they?
People knew, but I wasn't too fussed at that point.
It was the teachers. They saw the full name on the register.
Yeah, teachers would say sometimes because it's I think on the register.
If you got a substitute, they'd be like Lucius.
Lucius Jeffcoat.
Yep.
Lucius Jeffcoat.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
Have you got
posh,
any siblings?
Yeah.
What are they called?
I got a brother who goes by Teddy, but he's called Theodore.
That's a really popular name now for little boys.
It is, isn't it? I know a few people who've had babies called Teddy.
Yeah.
But they both wanted to give us names that we could shorten ourselves, which basically means they couldn't be bothered to name us, I think.
Yeah, couldn't be asked. Great.
But surely they know what you'd shorten it to.
Yeah, because
therefore they've given you that name.
Yeah, I think I was told to.
You could have been Lou, though, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could have been Luke, Luca.
Yeah, true.
Stuff like that. But I was told to go by Lucas because I couldn't spell Lucius, I think, or say it.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
A heartbreaking tale.
That is quite sad. And here we are now.
Yeah, it's just a.
Well, I was nearly called Luke or Liam.
Yeah.
Your mum loves the L's, doesn't she?
She does. Eloise, which is an E.
Why is
Layla.
But it's spelling out the letter L. Why does she love because she's Leslie?
I don't think
Forget Carl. Move over, Carl.
I don't think she actively loves the L's. It just seems to have fallen that way.
It works with the surname.
Well, Eloise was chosen after the song Eloise.
I don't know that song.
There's a song called Eloise.
Okay.
And then Layla was chosen after the name, after the song Layla.
Who's that by?
Keith Richards.
Layla, got you on my knees, Layla.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, Lee, fuck all. Nothing.
You really can't shorten that to anything either, can you? Well, we call you Lily. We extend it.
Lily, yes.
So I think if you have a short name, it often gets.
And people at school called me Surly.
Surly, of course they did.
Surly, yeah.
What was I going to be called?
Good.
My mum didn't really have a name for me, and then she was watching a film the night before, and I think it was a Lauren Bacall film. She was like, "Oh, Lauren's nice," but there was loads. There was Grace, which now my cousin's little girl is called Grace, but he's got a different surname to me. But Grace Crane didn't work. Grace Crane.
Why?
It just is two very similar words.
Grace Crane.
They look quite similar written down, and Grace Crane.
Grace
Our
Crane.
accent is a bit weird.
Yeah, Grace Crane.
And my dad wanted to call me Roxanne.
Oh my God, Roxanne.
I know. Imagine that. Wouldn't that make a great Roxy?
The drinking game.
I know. But my mum, it was the 80s, so mum was like, think about the song, Peter. Come on.
Think about the song. Why is
The Sting song is about a prostitute, isn't it?
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Famously, that was what I first thought of when you said it.
Yeah, was you? Thanks.
I was almost called Milo, but then I wasn't because,
Milo.
which is a nice name, I think, but I wasn't because of the Tweenies. Someone told my mum that's from the Tweenies.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Have you ever seen
really?
that? It's a children's TV show.
I've heard of
Early
it.
2000s.
I've heard of it. I think it's after our time.
I just played chess as a child.
Child prodigy over here.
Too busy playing Lee.
I don't know what boy names I had, though. I can't remember what she said for boy names.
Yeah, well, if I was a girl, she went, well, you would have been Layla. And because Layla was the next child,
Yeah.
so quite boring, really.
Also, my mum didn't stick to her names. The girl name she had for Paul, she didn't stick to.
What was it?
I think it was Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah.
It's very gender neutral, that.
Yeah. There was an Ashley Crane for a bit in my school as well. Weird.
What are they? Why is it weird?
Because she had the name that I could have had and we were the same age.
Oh, how odd.
And then she left. There, she was probably like...
I don't know. Ashley
Having to-
Crane is such a, specific, obscure name that someone could have been named.
I never met any other Cranes, though. Like, I don't think... So if I meet a Crane...
Actually, a Crane.
There's only Fraser Crane, my brother Fraser, on the telly.
Is he Crane?
He's
Is that
Crane,
why you
isn't
love
he?
Frasier so much?
Maybe.
Do you remember Frasier?
I know of it. I've never seen it.
Lucius.
It's still... Lucius, come on now. It's still on Channel 4 every morning I watch it.
Oh yeah?
It's great.
No,
It's
I've
my
never seen
favourite.
it.
It's hilarious. It stood quite well, actually, in the test of time of 90s TV programmes as well.
Well, your mum was probably thinking about baby names just over, 48 years ago?
35.
35.
Thank
'cause
you.
Just celebrated a birthday.
celebrated my
Happy
35th.
birthday, Lauren.
Thank
On
you.
Tuesday it was.
Yeah.
And not to bring it back to me,
But you were there.
but I'm about to celebrate a birthday.
Yes,
So it is
the
the
16th.
birthday episode.
Pop them in your cal. 11th and 16th.
So we're 5 days
We are.
apart from each
Little
other.
Cancerian crabs.
Oh, we really are. What star sign? I think Lucas is a Leo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
really
Aries. He's Aries.
I have a thing with Leos.
Why? What do you have?
I think
Yeah.
I'm not compatible with them.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
interesting you said Leo. I'm Sagittarius.
What month is that? I'm so bad at star
November,
signs.
late November.
Oh my God, that could be my child. Could be a Sagittarius.
Yeah.
What are your traits? Is it good or bad?
I think it's travelling. You're spontaneous and impulsive.
Great. Oh my God, they'll
Yeah.
take after me then.
Yeah.
Freddie's not very spontaneous. We actually take the piss out of him for that. Because he'd be like, oh, someone's texted me about going out tonight and he needs a plan. Do you know
Is
what I
he
mean?
Cancer as well?
He's a Cancer though as well.
Well, a Cancer match makes for a deeply devoted duo, endlessly loyal to one another.
Oh, that's true, isn't it?
Both will learn the ins and outs of their partner, the best ways to heat each other up, or, if necessary, to cool one another down.
Oh,
Both will also find great comfort and satisfaction in their underlying commitment to one another.
oh,
And due to the effect of the moon, which gives them a sense of conscientious and relief. Conscious and relief. Sorry, I just whispered to myself. They love being emotionally attached.
oh, we are very emotionally attached. Do you know what, actually, I think before we met, we weren't very emotionally attached to anyone.
A Cancer man and a Cancer woman love compatibility. Compatibility, a beautiful amalgamation. What a great word.
Yeah, amalgamation, love that word.
Yeah, so...
Oh, that's worked out well for us.
And you're Sagittarius, Lucius.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Never going to live this
No,
down.
I know.
I love it though. I think it's
Yeah.
a great name.
okay, Cancer and Sagittarius. Oh! Cancer and Sagittarius are, and I'm Cancer,
He's matching you two in case you'd missed that.
Yeah.
are a strange duo. The sensitive crab can burst into tears at the drop of a hat, while the optimistic archer refuses to let anyone break their stride. I'd say that
Yeah, is that true? Would you say that's true?
I'd say so. I'm pretty optimistic.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Archer refuses to. What's Archer?
They're an archer, aren't they? The bow and arrow of the
symbol.
Sagittarius.
Cancer is great at creating a comfortable, enriching home life, while Sagittarius prefers living out of a suitcase. Well,
judging by the way he's come dressed today.
I've never heard such a truer word spoken. No. Okay.
They do often bang on about how cancers are like sensitive and all that shite, but I always think like that's when I don't believe in astrology, because I'm like, I really don't fall into this kind of bracket that you're putting me into.
So Sagittarius and Leo, why don't you think you don't get on with Leos?
No.
What is it about them?
They're very blunt, I think.
Really?
What month are they born? What month's are Leo?
June, July, I think.
Oh, it's just
Late
before,
July.
isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, is it? No, it's just after Cancer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Well, I can tell you, Sagittarius and Leo compatibility work amazingly and effortlessly perfectly. Both of them are fire signs and understand each other's necessity for sex and freedom. The two zodiac signs share the same energy and passion for life throughout. So maybe, you're just getting a bit of friction.
Sex and freedom. Well,
It could be where
maybe
you're.
my ex was a Leo, and she cheated on me with a woman. So
She what?
she cheated on me with a woman. So I don't think there could be much more sexual incompatibility.
Yeah, that's so true. You just
Did
genuinely
you have
wouldn't
that haircut when you got together?
Yes, I
Maybe
did.
she thought you were a woman.
She
when you
did
got
actually
together,
when
and
we met on Tinder. She swiped on me because she thought I was a woman.
Was it like a side profile shot where you're really
Yeah,
showing off the
yeah.
anti-do?
Just
It was
to
actually.
explain as well, Lucas is a comedian and does make a joke about his
Gabra.
I
hair.
have a camera if they want to see.
He does have.
We'll show you his, and yeah, his joke about his hair is that he's got anti-hair, like
I
the hair
do.
of your anti.
Um,
You've also recently had a chop, I think. You're giving full mullet vibes, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, thank you, Lauren.
but
Yeah.
he's making the joke. I'm not just bullying him.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
Oh, but
very long.
you can't really see. For the purpose of the
Oh,
listeners.
get a light on. He's getting a light on. I love this.
Oh, he's getting a light on
If there was
himself.
ever a reason to watch this on YouTube, it'd be today. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, that's
He's
better.
backlit now.
He sounds. Right, okay. For the purpose of the listeners, I'll do narrator's commentary.
Yeah.
Luke.
Hey,
Lucas
girl.
is sporting, lovely, mullet style hair, and then
You could-
did a little smile as if he
Yeah.
was like checking himself out in the.
I feel like you could be a contestant on a 90s game show.
The camera loves me. What can I say?
Yeah, exactly. I can see you on like Wheel of Fortune, like leaning forward with your mane, like, and then like spinning the wheel.
Yeah,
They should bring that back. Wheel of Fortune was so good.
I think they are.
Are they?
Yeah,
Who's going to present it? You?
Graham Norton.
Oh, that'd be great. He'll be so sassy.
Yes, indeed.
They're still showing Lily Savage old episodes of Blankety Blank on.
Oh, I love Blanket. Well, the new one's on with Bradley
BBC.
Walsh.
Yeah, but he's just
It's not the same.
funny.
It's not the same. He
just
is
not
very funny,
funny.
actually, but not the
Yeah,
same as Lily.
Lily's just literally savage.
Savage by name, savage by nature. So let's talk birthdays.
Yeah.
So you've just had yours. A very different birthday for you. Because
Sober.
It's probably your first sober birthday in a long time.
In a long, long time, guys. Can't remember the last sober birthday I had.
Really?
Yeah, and it fell on a Tuesday, so you've always got to be like. But normally, if it falls on a Tuesday, you plan something for like the weekend, and you're like, oh, great.
Well, I planned something for you.
Yes, you did. Lee had me working. He's like, do you want a little job? It's on Tuesday. And then he was like, oh, it's your birthday. You might not want to work on your birthday. I was like, well, I'm doing nothing else.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Just do it. And I took the opportunity to make sure. Lauren, let me know when you want to take your break.
Talk on your own time, okay?
I
Thank
kept going,
you.
Lauren, this is lead time, not free time. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks. But we did get a delicious slap-up meal that
We
was
did.
included in...
It's hardly working.
It wasn't much fun.
Working hard or hardly working?
And I got to put on a lot of sort of like Hun tunes, like Olivia Newton-John.
Yes.
And it was behind the DJ decks. You'll have to to dig out that video of me pretending I'm DJing.
I'll dig it out, even though it was only yesterday we did it. But yeah, I'll dig that out.
I'd dig it. I had pizza for my lunch as well. I went to Pizza East.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you get? What's your pizza go to?
Oh, I got the Napolitana, which is
yes.
anchovies, crispy capers.
Oh,
and black olives. I know people don't like them, but they're so salty and delicious.
Those are probably the three most controversial pizza toppings, apart from pineapple.
It's a real classic pizza, though. So it's in the classics in like wherever you go. Like Franco Manca has one.
Really?
Wherever you go.
Very salty.
It's so salty and cheesy. It's really delicious.
Do you like salt?
Yeah. Although, do you know what? I often don't. But when I was a teenager, I kept getting cramp, which I'm getting now as well. But it's because I'm pregnant, not because.
Well, that's lack of salt. Because you know about me and Bikram yoga.
Oh, you got stuck.
I told that story.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just do a quick recap though for new listeners.
So I decided to go on a first date to Bikram yoga.
Oh, the worst.
And I don't know what came over me. I was still smashed from the night before, absolutely off my tits.
Not an electrolyte in sight.
And so I was like, yeah, I'll go to Bikram yoga. I had never been to Bikram yoga in my life.
It's the worst. I went once.
And basically, I decided that I would go and join this guy that I'd been chatting to for a while and go to Bikram yoga. And then I went there. I thought, what I'll do before I go is I'll get a coffee, because that will help sober me up.
Because that'll help with the electrolytes, the hydration, won't it?
Exactly. And we went there, and I had never done Bikram yoga before, never. So I was just like, yeah, how hard can it be? Have you done it?
Yeah, I've done it.
Oh god.
I just had to, because they say if you can't do it, don't leave the room, sit down.
Yes, that's what they say.
And it's so hard to not leave the room because you're like, I need fresh air, like I need cold air. So I had to keep sitting down. And I went with like 3 friends, and one of them had done it a few times before. So I was really impressed. And you're like, I was working out at the time, so I was like, I'm quite fit. Like I'm going to be all right this. But it's really not about how fit you are, is it? It's like how much you can handle the humidity. I spent half the class sat on the floor.
Well, I was like, I can get through this. And it was an hour and a half. And I didn't have to stop, and I didn't, need to leave the room or whatever until kind of 5 minutes towards the end, where I started to get pins and needles in my own face. And I was like, I'm having a stroke. And I literally was like, what the fuck's going on? So I like sat down, and we were doing the cool down, and I had to sit cross-legged. And so then it was going weird. And I started to I was like, something's weird. And the instructor came up to me. She could see I was a bit panicked. And she was like, is everything okay? And I was like, I can't. I can't feel my face, and I couldn't really talk very well. And I thought, I'm having a stroke. She's like, it's all right, just power through. Power through. Just don't try not to leave. Anyway, so I was sat arms folded, and all of a sudden, my fingers and arms went genuinely started to seize up, and then I was like, and then she looked at me. She looked across the room, and I was like that. For the purpose of the listener, I'm kind of
he's
cramped in a claw
he's doing
type
kind of
position.
a golem kind of esque.
Yeah.
Sound.
She came up and I went, I couldn't move. I went, I think I'm having a stroke. and she went,
where was your date at this
He
point?
was sat, and he was doing downward dog, and I could see him every time he'd do downward dog, he was looking back at me
as in I'm doing this for you, Lee, you're wasting it.
Anyway, she went, right, okay, I'm gonna get you up, and then she tried to lift me up, but I was such a dead weight she couldn't. So then two people in the class got up and was like, we'll get him up, and then so they lifted me up, and I stayed, I swear, in the position like a charmer. You know that the way that someone charms a snake into a basket. So I was like, so I was being carried, and then they were like, oh, we can't lift him. So they put me down.
Out of body experience.
And then she ran out the room, and I was honestly at this point I thought, this is it. This is how I live the rest of my life. Yeah. Clawman, they'll call me. And
I'll never be able to gig again.
And she comes back in, and she pours some salt into a bottle of water, which by the way they fucking charged me for the bottle of water.
No.
And, Yeah, and slowly, like, had to feed me. And so I was like, rolling down my thing. I swear to God, I was paralyzed. And then slowly this salt, like, entered back into my body. And I started to, like, get motion back into my own. I was fully paralyzed. It was fucking terrifying. And she was like, you basically lost every ounce of salt in your body, and that's what cramp is. So I basically got cramp of my whole body.
It's the worst. I'm getting at the minute, and this morning I like.
Have you just heard my fucking story?
Yeah, it was awful. Blah blah blah. Did you ever see the guy again? Like, what happened at the end?
We became friends. We went out to Wagamama's afterwards. I thought, soy sauce, salty.
Salty, yeah.
Like, we'll get a Wagamama. And he was just laughing. He was like, I didn't know what to do. And he was like, I didn't know whether to help you. But, it was a bit embarrassing. I was like, yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
Never going to see you again.
I mean, who goes on a first date to Bikram yoga?
Not me.
No.
He's not the guy for you.
And I paid £30 for a 30-day free
That's
trial.
what I did and never went again.
Never went again. I thought, I can't go back there again.
No. She'll be dreading it when she's like, I'm not teaching this class.
I'll be the fucking legend, the urban myth.
She'll be like, this one time I had this student.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's awful.
She said afterwards, I've had people, cramp up, but I've never had that. I thought, yeah.
Well, you're not in pain, though, because when you get cramp, it's quite painful.
Well, I was just like...
Seized.
So it was like, all I could do is like move. And what it was is when she'd pour the bottle into me, and like a baby, and then all I'd have to do is like just slightly go like and move my head up. I could slightly move my head, I could move my eyes, and I couldn't barely move my mouth, so I'd go. What's going on? And it was so bad. It was so
it's
embarrassing.
Weird that like your lips and stuff like were cramped up.
Everything was cramped up.
I bet the guy was like, "Oh no, I'm already seeing the future when he's old."
Jesus, yeah.
And like
anything to give you the ick. I put the bic in Bikram. No, I put the ick in Bikram. Shit, I fucked it.
You can use that new material when you get it right.
I should actually talk about that on stage because it's a true story.
it
Not like
is
that matters on stage.
No, I just make it up. No, I got cramp this morning, which wasn't as bad as that. But I had like a Barbie foot. I couldn't put my heel down. Like my
a Barbie foot.
And normally I like power through and like try.
You've seen the trailer. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
But that's what it was like. It wouldn't go down. And normally I try and stamp.
What do you mean? What do you mean you can put your heel down? What about gravity?
No, because you like basically I'm lying in bed. And then my calf like pulls up because it goes really tight. So then it like that means you'd like kind of point your foot a bit.
Like a geisha.
Yeah. So then I got out and like my technique has always been since being a teenager, get out and like stamp your foot to like get your heel down and like stretch your calf out.
Why did you have problems with your calves?
I always used to get cramp when I was a teenager. My brother did as well, and my mum gets it. We all need more salt. But I haven't had it in years, but it's like a common pregnancy symptom, like everything else is. So I got out and I was like, I'm just going to do it. And I'm like, and it's really hard to not make noise because it's really quite big. So you're like, hey. And then,
what the hell noise is that?
Like I was just trying to like, come on, because it's taken ages. But I looked down and I was full Barbie. And I just was like, Freddie! He come and he was like, what? I was like, I can't put my heel down. And then I did eventually.
What do you expect him to do?
Well, you can like massage the calf out, can't you?
Right, I see.
So he did. He just like massaged it a bit.
Oh, he's a good egg, isn't he?
He's a good egg, yeah. He enjoyed. So Freddie came for drinks at my birthday last night.
He did.
We're recording on a Wednesday. He thoroughly enjoyed our company. He was like, oh, it's so fun to watch you and Lee together. I was like, oh, why?
Well, you've got an opportunity every week, Freddie, to watch us together on Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. Oh, and talking of which, we haven't announced the news.
What news?
Oh, what news? Where have you been, living under a rock?
No, what?
We're big, not just...
Oh my God, it's huge. I've just remembered.
So you know how we're big in Japan, right?
Oh my God, we'll move over Japan.
Well, move over Japan. There's a new country in town.
What? We're going to be touring.
We received an email to say that we have moved in the charts.
Yeah.
Moved down, moved up.
We'd actually moved down by 42 places, which meant...
Let's pretend it was up.
But which meant we were already in the charts there and we didn't even know.
No, but basically, we are big in Qatar.
That's right. We got an email to say that we were big in Qatar, and basically we were in the podcast charts over there.
Oh, I mean, can you believe it? I've always wanted to crack Qatar.
Me too. We'd never be able to tour there, though, because you're illegal.
Well, maybe I could change things. Maybe, this is the time.
I wonder if anyone on Apple Podcasts in Qatar, any of the listeners there, DM us, screenshot us. Maybe we're on the new and noteworthy Qatar page.
I love that. Imagine.
Oh my God, I'd love it. What would we do if we went to Qatar? Well, they've got loads of money. They did the World Cup there, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's it.
Everything's very new and shiny.
I can't say I've ever visit Qatar, Qatar.com. So I wouldn't really know what there is to do other than for me, maybe run away.
Yeah.
Keep
Try
it
and
in
act
profile.
butch. Yeah, just be butch all the time.
But yeah, thanks to everyone in Qatar for your continued support.
Keep listening. Leave us a review on Apple
Keep out of harm's way. Do you think there's some maybe some
closeted
people in Qatar?
I think that's what it is, and we're keeping the spirits up.
Good for them.
Good for them.
We send you love and support. Anyway.
He's going to cut that bit.
Yeah, probably. It didn't sit well with me.
Anywho, oh my God, I forgot that news. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, so what do you usually do for your birthday then? This was obviously a very different one.
I normally just like a brunch. I normally just like a bottomless brunch or something, or going out for some kind of boozy meal. That's fun. Having people around. My birthday's always good weather.
Yes,
like yours.
It is.
So, like at my 30th when we had people around for a tiki party, that was like the next level because it was like themed and everyone brought food and stuff. But yeah, if it's hot, have like a barbecue in the garden and just bring the booze. What about you? What are you doing this weekend? Because yours is on the weekend, which is great.
Well, it's a Sunday, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's chilled vibes, I think. It's, I didn't really plan it. And then I kind of said it last minute. And obviously everyone's got plans or people are away. So a few friends are going to come round. We're going to have a dinner, like a late lunch, early dinner at Gold in Notting Hill.
Drink.
And then we're probably going to just have drinks and stuff, and we may end up out. But it's very chill vibes. I'm actually not bothered about it this year. 33, I don't know if you remember when yours was, but 33 is a very meh age.
It is a bit random. 35, I was like, oh shit, yeah, because it is halfway to 40.
Oh, really? So you're over the hill.
Yeah, so I was a bit like, oh, fuck. When you get to 36, you have a geriatric womb. You're classed as like a geriatric birth.
Oh. Yeah, but that's a bit archaic now, isn't it?
Well, they still clash you as that, though. They're still they've not changed the terminology. So I'm 1 year away from having a geriatric
womb. You're mid-30s,
I'm mid-30s.
You can hang on to that for a bit until next year when you know.
People love to say to me, I don't think men get this. Well, you don't look it. And I'm like, oh, thanks. What does that even mean? Do you know what I mean?
It means you look younger.
I know, but I feel like it's one thing specifically for women.
I get that, actually. Oh,
do you?
Yeah, I get it. People still think, depending on what I look like on this camera, but I'll often say, I'm one of those annoying people. They'll go, how old are you? I go, how old do you think?
I've got to hate that. Guessing someone's age is the worst, isn't it?
Yeah, and they always go lower anyway. But generally, they'll say about 28.
Well, someone's trying to impress you.
They're blind, deaf and dumb. Is that politically correct these days, dumb?
Blind, probably not.
No, I've been saying it a lot and it's just dawned on me. I've been saying it on stage.
What
isn't it? I say mute. I have a joke about someone who's mute. I say mute.
Blind, deaf and mute.
It doesn't sound as good. It doesn't rhyme.
Blind, deaf and dumb.
That's why they came up with that saying, probably because it just sounded good.
Because I always go
in like the 70s.
I always say about my granddad not knowing I'm gay, and I go, no, he's not blind, deaf, and dumb. And it's just dawned on me. Maybe dumb is a bit.
Maybe Google it. I don't know. There used to be an advert though for a charity, and it was like support a blind, deaf, and dumb child today. And I remember that was like only a few years ago.
Sorry, a blind, deaf, and dumb child.
Yeah, it was like a harrowing advert, and it was like this kid who like, you know, like footage of a child in like this like special school, like with whatever getting taught. But that wasn't that long ago because I remember it.
Dumb meant mute is like.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? Okay.
The thing here, it can mean deaf as well. So I think it's just like it's used as like a umbrella term for someone who's disabled. So maybe it is.
Maybe it's a bit offensive.
I don't know. Ask someone who's mute.
Well, you won't get an answer, will you?
Frankie Boyle in the house. He'd be shitting it about this.
Oh, God, I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night. Fuck, I'm going to get cancelled. Hey, what about the BBC?
I know, I was just going to say. To make you look better, should we just talk about that? Well,
we can't really say much.
We can't really say much because we don't know much.
Speak for yourself.
2 more people have come out, but then I've said a load of tweets, right? Because I'm obsessed with it on Twitter. I'm not one that's actually like on a manhunt, but I am kind of like I love reading the tweets.
You like a bit of goss?
Yeah, a little bit of goss.
Or she? It could be she, couldn't it? Still. Was it a man?
Is it?
It's been revealed it's a man.
It's a man,
okay.
and it's a woman that it's women that are being approached, isn't it?
I'm not sure that's been said.
Oh, I thought it had. I thought it was like her mum has come forward, blah, blah, blah. But some people on Twitter are really like going for it like, well, if it was a man, it could be a closeted presenter. And I'm like, no, it's a woman.
How do you
It
know
said
that?
woman in these
I'm not sure it did.
Oh, really?
So
It definitely said woman in a thingy that I read.
But was it talking about the victim's mum? Because the mum gave the story.
No, it was saying about how her lawyer, the woman's lawyer, not the mum, had gone against the mum and said it wasn't true. But maybe they've misgendered them because they actually don't know what they're fucking talking about.
I possibly, or maybe.
But do you believe that it's all a cover-up because, you know, where's Boris's phone?
Well, I mean, what I will
Not a cover-up, it like clearly has happened, but they're getting a lot of ammo out of a story that isn't a full story yet.
Well, yeah, and also what I will say is, if anything is, what are you laughing at? If anything is, you know, because there's a grey area at the minute where basically the victim came out and said that nothing unlawful had happened.
They've said it's not happened,
and then
the
mum, for some reason, has said it has, and it's all a bit.
Do you think it's because the son paid the mum?
Well, they will have for the story, but the mum will have obviously gone to the son with that. But what I'm saying is, if the son have ran with this story and it turns out to be nothing unlawful has happened, they could face
They're up shit creek, right?
Huge.
Thank God.
I mean, they obviously haven't named anyone, but there's under defamation laws, and you know, there's a lot of rumor and circulation and conjecture flying around. They've tread a fine line, but so yeah, it's all very weird. But then it's weird how the victim has then come out and got a lawyer and said this is completely nothing, which I have a theory on.
That's suspicious. Tell us your theory.
Well, it makes me wonder, and this is pure me just thinking.
Pure conjecture.
Pure conjecture. It just makes me wonder whether possibly the victim, we say in quote because they're saying that they're not a victim in it, maybe has like an OnlyFans or something, and the person.
Well, that's what everyone on Twitter saying it started on OnlyFans.
Yes, but if the mother's account, which is that it was under 18,
which is illegal,
the OnlyFans account would be shut down because they technically started that if they were underage. And if they would make a lot of money from this OnlyFans account and it gets shut down because it started unlawfully, then they'd lose their income. So I wonder.
And now they're overage, they don't want to lose their account because that's their income.
And like I said, that's a pure speculative theory.
Well, 2 more people have come out and the BBC have seen the texts.
Have they?
From said presenter. Aggressive texts. And they never maybe he met up with one of them and then the other one they never met, but they were aggressive texts.
If they were aggressive, my thing is, if they are over the age of 18 when it happened. So I didn't know. I actually didn't know about this whole grey area being under 18 because I thought the age of consent is 16. Anything above
not
that
when it comes to explicit images.
Classed as child pornography.
Yeah.
So if everything that has happened was over 18, I think it's a disgrace that any of this story has come out because all the story then is that someone's paying for, whatever.
Someone's got a kink, whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, we don't kink shame here. It's the age thing. It's also it's quite boring because we're waiting for some kind of big reveal, and there isn't a big enough story. They're kind of making.
Well, again, if nothing unlawful's happened, then really there shouldn't be a reveal.
No.
And actually, it's terrible that there seems to be this, because, it's almost like guilty now by trial by social media.
Yeah.
So it is all a little bit suspicious.
When do you think it'll come out?
Oh.
How long is it going to take?
I don't know. I couldn't.
Or if it will.
It could have come out this week. We're recording on a Wednesday. It could be tomorrow. Things happen quick. You know what happened last time? It happened very quick with another well-known presenter.
Oh my God. It did come out very quick. I don't know. The Beeb.
Well, 1 minute, Phil was leaving on the Thursday, and then by the Saturday he did resign. So
it's a real Craig David remix, isn't it?
It really is. Whew. So I'm turning 33. You've just turned 35. Do you make any birthday resolutions? Moving on from the BBC, the Serious Chat. By the way, talk about us, seriouschat.com.
I know, you could hear a pin drop in here.
Oh, we can get political.
Maybe sometimes.
Do you make any birthday resolutions?
No, not really. I got a lot of messages like, oh, this is the last one. The next one will be different. It's not going to be about me next year because it's going to be about the child. I'm creating a new...
I never realised this is your last birthday.
Yeah.
As before you become a mother. I am your mother.
I am your mother. I'm creating a birthday as well, which is quite exciting.
Yes.
My friend Steph said that.
You're creating.
She was like, "You're actually creating a new birthday."
I never get that. Well, I could do that actually.
You could.
Isn't being a mum being a woman, being able to create a human being?
You do have to remind yourself of that. You're like, God, it's weird. I'm like growing a person. Still don't believe they're in there, but I look very pregnant on the thing today. I think it's a stress. And I sat down.
I like maternity wear.
This is just some old dress I had that was absolutely huge. So I'm just keeping it. It's going to work. It's going to last the whole time. Yeah, so no birthday resolutions. I guess I was just trying to soak in the fact that next birthday, it's not going to be about me because they're just going to be like, oh, I'm hungry.
Well, you can play you can clip that to them. At least you can have a drink next year.
Yeah, I'll have a fizz for breakfast.
Yeah.
I had an orange
you never know,
juice
because sometimes, when you have a baby, you don't want certain things. What are you going to do if you're like, I never want alcohol
off
again?
Booze. Oh my
Doesn't
God, don't blaspheme like that, Lee.
No. Where did you learn such hate speech?
Oh no, I'll be having I had an orange juice and a champagne flute in for my breakfast.
Oh.
It was cute. But I was excited by the sight of it.
Yes, but then you realised no Prosecco in there.
No Prosecco in there.
Put some fizzy water in it, maybe.
Yeah, zhuzh it up a bit.
No Secco.
I'm getting a bit bored of the no Secco now.
Yeah, basically that's just fizzy sugar.
Yeah, it does have a tang to it.
When I drank no Secco, I realised how much sugar is in Prosecco.
Yeah.
Because when you're drinking Prosecco, you're just like, oh, it's alcohol. And you don't really... But I was drinking no Secco and I was like, okay, let me... And then I was like, oh my God, this must be how bad it is to drink Prosecco. Yeah. But you kind of ignore that. Because
you do just... Yeah.
Because it's like wine and Prosecco is full of sugar.
It's just full of sugar, yeah. It is. That's half the reason you get pissed as well, because you're on a high,
Yeah.
Sugar. I mean, it's the booze as well, but but you're necking it, you know. What about you? Birthday? Can't talk today. Birthday.
You looked at my shirt and said birthday. Is it because it's very tight? Well, it is. The thread came off.
The thread came out.
I don't know. Maybe try and push the career a little bit forward.
You're ever so busy. I think
World
you're already
domination.
on that one. You're already on that one. Ever so busy.
Yeah, what gigs lie ahead of me? You know,
I don't know.
Maybe I won't be reaching the dizzy heights of Peckham pop-ups anymore.
No offence.
Maybe I'll move on to, I don't know.
The Angel Islington.
The Angel Islington.
Lots of nice gig venues in Angel.
No, I want
like
to. Yeah, and then I'm getting my Edinburgh show ready. We must wish Lucius luck on his Edinburgh run. We might not see you before that.
Maybe.
So if anyone is in Edinburgh or heading up to Edinburgh, what are the details of your show?
It's going to be at 6:15 at Westport Oracle every day. 3rd to the 27th of August. Be there.
Not even having one day off?
No.
Because usually they do brackets.
Yeah, usually do not Sunday.
Whatever.
But no, I don't think we're having a day off.
And how long's your set?
So I'm doing half an hour with another comedian. She's very funny, called Serena Smart. We're doing half an hour each.
Is that a real name?
Yeah. The show's called Smart and Dumber, and I'm dumber.
Oh, nice.
She's smart.
Well, send us your poster artwork and we'll promote it on the pod.
Oh, thank you.
Because I'm hoping to do Edinburgh next year.
I love Edinburgh. I'll come up and like fly for you and shit. I just love it.
You will have a child at that point.
Yeah, it can come with us. Don't worry.
The child can fly her.
Yeah, put it in the backpack. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that will actually entice them in.
Yeah.
You could say, it's my partner and we're a struggling family.
And then they'll see
they
the
turn
post
up and I'm like, ooh, Cooey!
Right, sure. I love Edinburgh. When you're up there, it's just like infectious, the whole vibe, isn't it? You don't want to leave.
But it can turn comedians slightly insane. So just be very aware, Lucas.
Yeah.
Just be very aware.
I'll be conscious.
You'll be boozing.
I'm gonna take care of myself. Go to the gym. Go for a run.
Go for a run around beautiful Edinburgh. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
De-stress.
It says that it won't happen.
No, definitely.
I went to this amazing English breakfast place. Well, Scottish breakfast. Near, I can't remember what venue it was near. They did tatty scones in a balm. It was so good. If I remember it, I'll send it you.
Deep fried Mars bars.
Or pizza crunch with a deep.
Yeah, I had a pizza crunch last year.
What's a pizza crunch?
Deep fried pizza.
Deep fried.
Oh.
But thin. It's a thin piece of pizza, isn't it? In thin batter.
Well, my head is deep fried, which is why we need to end this podcast now.
Great.
But happy birthday again, Lauren. Thank you. That's a sober birthday tick. You might have more to come. Well, actually, no, you should time it next time.
Try and time the birthday.
But then you'd have a sober Christmas. What's worse?
I know, what's worse? I think a sober birthday is much better than a sober Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, totally, I agree.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just need the drinks just to get through the family.
Yeah, just to get through being with the fam.
Shout out to Sandra.
Hey, San. This has been episode 18 of season 3. It's been a mixed one.
Indeed.
But if you're a Cancerian as well, drop into the DMs. Let us know. Let us know when your birthday is. We'll shout you out maybe next week.
Absolutely.
If you remember.
Until then, have a lovely week, and we'll see you next week on Fab Life
with Lauren and Lee.